Hartelijk welkom. Vandaag is het Koningsdag. Aanstaande zaterdag 29 april vieren we Koningsdag op grootse wijze bij de Dutch Church. Met bitterballen, spelletjes voor de kinderen en uiteraard een vrijmarkt. Dus trek je oranje kleding aan en kom met ons meevieren. As well as a day for celebration, I want to take this moment to connect with you, our Dutch community, and our citizens living in the UK with some important information. We want to inform you about what we know of developments for EU citizens in regards to the EU settlement scheme. In this video, we will share the latest information with regard to pre-settled status and settled status. Chris Ben is an immigration lawyer who works with EU delegation on citizens' rights under the EU settlement scheme. We've heard from him in our previous information sessions, and he will share additional details on the pre-settled and settled status topic. There's also a couple of consular updates that will be shared by the embassy. I want to emphasize, please be mindful of the expiration date of your passport and make an appointment early to renew your passport on time. Thank you so much for joining us.
I'm Chris Ben, a UK immigration lawyer who specialises in the EU settlement scheme. For those who have been granted pre-settled status when you applied to the scheme, it is a good idea to apply for settled status once you have qualified, as settled status is proof that you have qualified for permanent residence in the UK. Holding settled status is a simple way to show that you have become a permanent resident. Once you have become a permanent resident, your rights are better as you can be away from the UK for 5 years without losing your status, and you have more straightforward access to certain benefits and public services. You can apply for settled status once you have lived in the UK continuously for 5 years. You do not have to wait for 5 years from when you were granted pre-settled status, as you can count the 5 years from when you first moved to the UK. You do not need to have been working for the 5 years in the UK, as being resident is sufficient to qualify for settled status. To apply for settled status, you use the same Home Office application process as when you applied for pre-settled status. In most cases, this means using the Home Office smartphone app to scan your passport or national ID card to confirm your identity. After you have scanned your identity document, you can complete the online application form on the gov.uk website. The questions on the form are similar to the pre-settled status application, but with a settled status application you confirm that you have been living in the UK for 5 years. The Home Office will check your national insurance number if you have one to see if there are records of your UK residence. If there are 5 years of national insurance records, you will be offered settled status. If there are not 5 years of national insurance records, you will be asked to upload documents to show that you have been living in the UK for 5 years. There are all sorts of documents that you can upload to show your UK residence. For example, council tax and utility bills, bank statements, rent or mortgage documents, or school and university records. These are just examples of residence documents, as there are many other types that you could use. After you have submitted your application, the Home Office should contact you if they need more information from you before they make a decision. If you have any questions or are unsure about how to go applying for settled status, it may be a good idea to speak to a regulated immigration advisor who can give you clear information about your situation. If you seek legal assistance, be sure that it is regulated advice to ensure the information you get is correct. We hope people will be given settled status once they make the application, but if the Home Office says you do not qualify, you can challenge this decision by making an administrative review or an appeal to the Immigration Tribunal. If you are not given settled status and you want to challenge this decision, it is a good idea to speak to a qualified advisor to discuss the best option for you. As we said at the beginning, once you have got 5 years of UK residence, you can apply for settled status, and we hope that everyone is able to do so.
Nederlanders die een dubbele nationaliteit hebben, kunnen hun Nederlanderschap automatisch kwijtraken als zij 13 jaar buiten Nederland wonen en niet tijdig aangeven nog prijs te stellen op de Nederlandse nationaliteit door het Nederlandse paspoort te verlengen of een verklaring van bezit van Nederlanderschap aan te vragen. Op tijd wil zeggen voordat de periode van 13 jaar verstrijkt dat een paspoort geldig is. Staatssecretaris Van den Burg van Justitie en Veiligheid wil deze oud-Nederlanders de mogelijkheid geven om opnieuw Nederlands staatsburger te worden. Mensen die vanwege lang verblijf in het buitenland na 2003 de Nederlandse nationaliteit verloren, krijgen 2 jaar de tijd om opnieuw een Nederlands paspoort aan te vragen. Dit is een mogelijkheid voor oud-Nederlanders die automatisch het Nederlanderschap en het Unieburgerschap hebben verloren en waarbij dit verlies onevenredig is. Dit betekent dat u geen Nederlander en geen burger van de Europese Unie meer bent. De gevolgen van het verlies van het Unieburgerschap waren voor u op dat moment onevenredig. Onevenredig betekent dat de gevolgen van dit verlies van het Unieburgerschap zo zwaar wegen dat dit niet had mogen gebeuren. U kunt de Nederlandse nationaliteit en daarmee het Unieburgerschap met terugwerkende kracht terugkrijgen. Dit betekent dat u de Nederlandse nationaliteit terugkrijgt vanaf het moment dat u het hebt verloren. U hoeft niet naar de naturalisatieceremonie.
Since March 2014, Dutch passport and identity cards for adults are valid for 10 years. Dutch nationals who applied for a travel document in 2014 will, in principle, be due start renewing their passport from the summer of 2023. As such, the Dutch Ministry of Foreign Affairs expects a large increase in passport applications from Dutch nationals living abroad in the coming year. The embassy advises you to keep track of the expiration date of your travel document so that you can try to make an appointment on time to renew your passport. Via the website, appointments can be made at the Dutch Embassy in London or at an office of our external service provider, VFS, in London, Birmingham or Edinburgh. Although there is a very high demand for appointments at the Embassy and VFS, new appointments are released every week. Please keep a close eye on the website Netherlands Worldwide for appointment availability. Embassy staff visit a different region in the United Kingdom a few times a year with pop-up embassies, offering passport application services. You can find more information about the pop-up embassy in the United Kingdom via the Netherlands Worldwide website.
Many thanks everyone for your attention. Again, please be mindful of the expiration dates of your passport and act early to make an appointment to renew your passport. Continue to visit our social media channels and website for more information. We are looking forward to see many of you during the King's Day celebration here in London at the Dutch Church. Ik kijk er naar uit velen van jullie komende zaterdag te mogen zien bij de Koningsdagviering. Tot dan!